Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Rachel Garcia, and I'm going to be sharing some information with you today that I believe with all of my heart can be absolutely life-changing. I found out about this company back in 2008, and I am going live while my son is at a wrestling meet inside because I feel so passionately about getting this message out. So I've been sharing it for 15 years. When I first found out about this company, I was working full-time as a physician assistant, seeing 60 to 70 patients a day, writing 200 prescriptions a day. I had just opened a skincare retail store with a brick and mortar location in Ponte Vedra. My husband had just opened a construction company in the previous 6 months, and I had just had our second child. So we had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old. We had a nanny who took care of them while I worked my full-time job, and they called her mom. And so I was frantically looking for another stream of income because I made very good money as a PA, but I only made that money when I worked. So I was working all the time and I was looking for another stream of income, thus the 2 businesses that we started. My brothers called me and said, we have another business for you to look at. And I was like, gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. I can't possibly look at another business. And they said, I think you can say no. I think this will be right up your alley, but at least take a look at it before you say no. And I'm so glad they pushed me because that decision to watch this presentation changed my life forever. I did not come into it for the business. I actually did not see it as a business because of the low startup cost, because of the low overhead. Having just invested $100,000 in 2 other businesses, I didn't see this as a real business and didn't think that it was didn't think it was real. It was actually my CPA who a couple months later told me that I could write off my investment that I made. He's the one who told me, I think this might be the best business you've ever started for the purpose that you're starting businesses for, which was for time freedom. I wasn't starting businesses to create lots of money. I was creating them because I knew I wasn't spending time with my kids and I was looking for that thing that would allow me to be with my boys when they got to an age when they would actually remember. So I told myself as a mom, they're 9 months old, they're 3 years old. They won't remember that you weren't with, they won't remember this other person that they're calling mom. That's what I told myself to make it. Well, I'm here today to tell you, you guys, I'm so thankful that my brothers pushed me to take a look at this. And when I saw 60, 70 patients a day, every day, somebody was like, oh, we have this you should look at. We have this you should look at. So that's probably why I was skeptical, closed-minded, plus I was overwhelmed. So whoever shared this with you cares about you and thinks this might be for you. They don't know if it is, but you don't know if it is either. And so I'm excited to tell you about a company called Pure. Now, 2 groups of people I found in 15 years are attracted to this. One group is interested in the health aspect. One group is interested in the income aspect. My brothers thought I would be interested in the income aspect. I was interested in the health. My nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism that year in 2008. And I sat with my sister as the doctor said, he will never speak. He will never have more than the mind of a 3-year-old. Don't look into supplementation because that's all quackery. I was there when he said that. He will always be in diapers. Well, my nephew is now a senior in the same high school that I went to. He was speaking in full sentences within 3 months of finding out about this company, us getting it in our house and all of us starting to use it. It was so life-changing that I said, I have to share this with other people. And it's not just for children on the spectrum. It's for everybody with a body. And within 3 months of life-changing results, horrible sleep issues that I struggled with, totally resolved. My son's horrible constipation issues that he had at the age of 3, totally resolved. My husband's extreme depression and anger up and down issues, totally resolved. I don't know what will happen with you, but 3 months in, I was like, I've never seen anything like this. I didn't know this could happen. I have to tell people. And as I began to tell people, checks began to come in. And they weren't big checks at first. I mean, you have to remember, I was working 12-hour days seeing patients. I made more money than most doctors do as a PA in the field that I was in. I just opened a skincare store that I was spending 3 to 4 hours a day in. And so these checks were, 47, 87, 177. And then they began to grow and grow and grow. And then they matched what I made as a PA. And then they were higher than I made as a PA. And I was spending 30 minutes a day on this. So before I go any further, I'm going to ask you, what are you doing right now? What's in your life that if you spend 30 minutes a day on it, 5 days a week, it will pay you more? It will pay you a weekly check. Let me just say this first. It'll pay you a weekly check for decades to come. I don't know what you're going to do. I don't know who you know, but I do know, because I've helped thousands of people do this, that if you do this 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, you will create a weekly check for yourself. We have a system in place. You do not have to present like I'm doing. All you have to do is invite people to take a look. I was attracted to the health aspect. I heard that they'd used it in a clinical practice for 30 years with patients. I'd heard that there was a 3-year waiting list for people to get on the system of products. But more importantly, I heard the message. cleanse your body of toxins, balance your pH, get as alkaline as possible, and pour plant-based nutrition in, and your body will work the way it was made to work. And I knew it was truth immediately because I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences, and I've been doing an extreme amount of research on autism specifically, and that led me to understand the importance of nutrition in our body. And I was supplementing, I was buying the most expensive omega-3s and calcium and greens and all the stuff. I had the garden, I had the juicer, my vegetables were going bad, and nothing was changing. It was just a lot of work for me. So I saw this as a simple, they'd used it for 30 years in a clinical practice. They have products in the physician's desk reference. Medical doctors were recommending it. I turned my bottles over that I had at home and compared. I'm like, this stuff's really good. Click of a button, I'm in. Give me all of it. And that's how I got started. I joined for the simplicity. You guys, I'm still here today because of the very real results. I went to PA school for 8.5 years, spent $100,000 on my education. I went to medical school to help people, okay? I've helped more people with this than I ever did seeing patients all day long. And that's why I'm still here today. The very, very real results. That's why we have medical doctors joining us every week. The very, very real results. Results that it's one thing to feel better, have better energy levels, lose weight without even trying, your mood's improved. It's one thing for all that. I love seeing the lab results. So I'm going to switch gears for a minute and say, imagine that somebody came to you 20 years ago and said, there's this company, Amazon, that's exploding. And I say 20 years ago because we were not buying online 20 years ago. There's this company, Amazon, that's exploding. We're looking for people to find out more about it. We're going to pay you to get members of this company called Amazon. And everything that these people purchase, it's online. People can sit at their computer and buy things. This was mind-blowing to us back then. We're going to give you 10 to 50%. 10 to 50% of every order placed as a result of you talking to people and getting them to get memberships. And if they tell anybody, you're going to get a percentage of what they purchase as well. Would you have seen that? I don't know if I would have. I would have been like, Amazon is not like the snakes in the jungle. Like, what is that? People buy things online. You guys, I've been polling the rooms. I do live presentations in front of crowds regularly. 100% of the rooms have Amazon subscriptions. We all have subscriptions after going through the pandemic of buying things online. We have an Airbnb. This income has allowed us to invest in multiple different things. And that Airbnb, we do not have cable in the houses. We have Roku streaming. They can all come in with their subscription devices and stream whatever they want into the house. The future is online. And so for me, I'm like, click a button. It's going to come to my house. It's better than what I'm buying. It's actually more affordable than what I'm buying. I'm in. Give me all of it. I'm here today and telling you about it because the results are that real. I stepped away from practicing medicine in December of 2019 after 20 years of seeing patients because the results are that real. How are we different from other things out there? Maybe you have a brother or a cousin or a neighbor who's selling something and recommending you take a look at a presentation. Here's what in 15 years of doing this is what I've learned. And I wish someone had taught me this before I opened that skincare store. Whatever you're selling, if you have a business, needs to be for 100% of the demographic. 100%, not just the women, not just the runners, not just the women who want to put $100 creams on their face, 100%. That's the best business model, okay? So what we have is for every man, woman, child, their parents, their dogs, and their cats. 100% plus the dogs and the cats, okay? It's a consumable product. You don't want to be selling vacuum cleaners or water purifiers or knives that all your friends buy one time and then you've lost all your customers. 100% consumable. So when people run out, they repurchase. But will they repurchase? That's the key. Why I'm here is because of the very real results. We found that when people start with our starter pack, and I want you to think of servicing your body, okay? I'm sitting in a car. When you take a car in every 5 to 10,000 miles, it's because the lights are going off. It's because things are starting to go wrong in the car. And you take it in and they do a servicing, and now you're good to go. You would not, the car's not going to make it 200,000 miles if you're not taking it in for servicing. We have one body that our soul lives in our whole lives, but we treat our phones and our cars and our houses and the roofs on our houses better than we treat this, okay? So what you're putting into this matters. And if you cannot tell what you're taking because it doesn't make a difference, and you can't tell when you're not taking it because it doesn't make a difference, then you better look at what you're taking. And if you're not taking supplementation, I'm about to rock your world because we all should be supplementing. The studies have shown we're not getting enough nutrition in our bodies. Business model is recommended by some of our time's greatest minds as the most brilliant business model to get started in. Richard Branson says all of us should have a small business for tax write-off benefits. Now, I've also been polling the room, and most of the rooms that I speak to are employees, people who work 9 to 5 jobs or have salaries. They're either trading their hours for dollars or they make $60,000, $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 a year to get the job done. Okay, they're on salaries. They're not used to writing things off. So I'll give you a brief example for those of you who don't understand it. There's a teacher that I know who got involved with our company last year. She usually gets around $900 to $1,000 back on her taxes every year. Well, last year she joined Pure and she realized as she was turning her tax information in, wait a minute, I got started with Pure. I can write that investment off, right? And there's other things I can write off, right? Like what I'm consuming every month, what I need to keep the business active. Yeah, absolutely you can. So her money back went from 900 to 3,900. This is why Richard Branson says everyone should have a small business for the tax benefits. But then Tony Robbins says, if you're going to start a business, you really got to, maybe you've done this before. Like, how do I start a business? Do I buy a franchise, hundreds of thousands of dollars? And now I'm like handcuffed to the franchise and I have employees and the taxes and the paperwork and the lease and the contracts. And oh my gosh, Robert Kiyosaki teaches that the best business model is this business model because there's no contracts to sign. You can quit tomorrow if you want to. The money that you put into it, you're literally eating. You're not buying a storefront. It's a brilliant business model. And in Asia and Europe, this business model is like, is this one of those businesses? Because I have a friend who makes $40,000 a month in this. And I wish I'd gotten involved when he asked me to. Here in America, we're like, oh no. It's not a 9-to-5 job. I'm not guaranteed this. No, you get paid for what you do. Okay. So it is work. But what else are you doing right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day on it, 5 days a week, you'll get paid a check weekly for the rest of your life. And that's the last benefit of this business and why those guys recommend it. Leveraging your time. Whoever invited you here today probably invited about 20 people. Okay. They're not on. All they did was pick up the phone and say, hey, Teresa, you got to look at this. I mean, I don't know if it's for you, but you've got to look at it. Can you get on live today at 12 o'clock? So you get on, they get on, and whatever your friend is that's inviting, they're at a golf tournament, they're at work, they're at home with their kids. I don't know what they're doing. They're at the beach. I'm working for them. I'm working for them. Do you have someone working for you right now? Probably not. Or maybe if you do, maybe you're a boss, you have to deal with all that. Well, what if they quit? I've been doing this 15 years, guys. I'm sitting outside of a high school tournament right now. I'm sitting outside of a high school wrestling tournament right now, giving up my time because I feel so passionately about this. Because I've had people come into my life lately who have had their lives radically changed and are no longer taking medications they've taken their whole lives that I'm like, more people need to know. Less than 60,000 people in the United States of America know that our company exists. We have hundreds of thousands in Korea and Thailand, but in this country, less than 60,000. I am looking for people who are looking for weekly checks, who are sick of being sick and want to share this with others. If you don't want to share it with others and you're just sick of being sick, you can join us as well. I, as I said, got started because of where it started in a clinic with patients, 30 years. The results were so good. They said, we got to start a company and we're just going to spread the news by word of mouth. We're not going to hire a marketing firm to do billboards and commercials and radio ads. And this is why it works so well. I believe with all of my heart, after 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years of really, truly getting educated on the body and nutrition and why it works and how it works. Because in medical school, I learned about writing prescriptions. And if you don't understand why we're not taught about nutrition in medical school, go read The Truth About Cancer and your eyes will be opened as to why we're so pharmaceutical minded here in the United States of America. And it's terrifying. Prevention is better than prescription. I believe we're all toxic. We're all extremely acidic. And we're all lacking in nutrition. And that is leading to the majority of the diseases that we face. And there's books and multiple clinical studies published showing this. We're just too blind to see it. We're toxic from the water bottles, from this junk being sprayed on our food, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides. We're pouring meat, dairy, sugar, soda, coffee, bread into our bodies, more so than plants. And that's causing us to go into an acidic state, which is where disease and infection thrive. Your body's going to get where it needs to be, but it's going to break down the alkalinity out of every good thing you have in your body to get there. Okay, you don't want to be sick all the time. We're staring at our phones all the time. We don't get enough sleep. We're not moving enough. Sitting is the new smoking. We're stressed out. Stress causes financial stress, causes immeasurable cortisol level stress on your body. We're lacking in nutrition. And our kids are really lacking in nutrition. Studies have come out recently showing that less than 50% of our kids are getting what we need. So there's a genetic pipeline, guys. Whatever your parents had, Parkinson's, dementia, heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, it's coming down the pipeline. Don't be naive enough to think it's not going to hit you. It's going to hit you at some point, probably sooner than them because of the poisons that we're consuming, the lack of nutrition and the lack of movement. It'll hit your kids faster. It's our job to get nutrition in our kids, not the teacher's job, not the doctor's job. It's our job. And I'm giving you something that in less than 30 seconds in the morning, you can get more nutrition in your kid than their whole class gets in a week. Studies have come out showing that we have to eat immeasurable amounts of food, 80 cups of spinach, 8 oranges, 99 ears of corn, and 2 cups of wheat to get what our grandparents got from one of each of those things. So the whole just eat organic, I can get it from my food talk. Yeah, that's not true. It doesn't work that way. This is why we have an obesity pandemic, by the way. We're all walking around starving. So cleanse, balance, build is the centuries-old philosophy that the company was founded on. And it's what caught my attention. I knew it was truth from the research I was doing. I have a dentist friend who just got started with me a couple months ago. She saw this, was struggling with autoimmune diseases, had gone totally vegan, and saw this message and said, this is totally truth. I meant give me the family pack. It's the exact same thing I did. We have multiple medical doctors on our wellness advisory panel, but more so, they're recommending it to patients in their practices, and we have more medical doctors joining us every week. Why do you think that is? Because prevention is better than prescription, and we know that. Multiple products of ours are in the PDR. And I'm going to focus for a moment on what I call one of our starter packs. We have 2 starter packs, the Core Plus and the Core Complete. Both of these packages, if you consume them, I want you to think of it as a servicing for 30 days on your body. When was the last time you did a servicing? Oh, I went to the doctor last month. Oh, you did? They did blood work on you? They found anything? They did some CAT scans, MRIs, chest x-rays, whatever kind of x-rays they needed to. And then they wrote you some prescriptions. Right. So the servicing is what you're putting into your body so it can work the way it needs to. We have to cleanse the toxins out of the 7 channels we eliminate through our lungs, our liver, our skin, lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. Are trying to eliminate all the herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, microparticles of plastic, what you're putting on with your sunscreen on your skin. Body's trying to get it out. It's like, get it out. We're going to help it. We're going to cleanse it out naturally. We're going to pour plant-based nutrition in, and we're going to balance out your body and get enough alkalinity in it, so that the coffee and bacon and milk and all the stuff you're consuming isn't throwing you way off base. Okay. People ask me all the time, well, what do you eat? I eat a lot, but I start every day, and in less than 30 seconds, get all of this in. So whether you're struggling with migraines, insomnia, ADHD, arthritis, focus issues, sleep issues, bloating issues, bowel issues, please pay attention. The Core Plus is a 30-day servicing for one person to get the body working the way it's supposed to. It has a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you go buy omega-3s at Whole Foods, there is no kind of satisfaction guarantee. We have that. If you're over 40, you're very deficient in things and very toxic. And if you're on prescriptions, you're likely struggling with a number of things as well. You should start with the Core Complete. It includes our superfruits, goji, acai, noni, mangosteen. They've been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown. And then in the last 3 decades, we've been studying them here. There's a lot of clinical studies published on them. What makes ours different is they're not mixed with anything. It's 100% noni you see there. So if you're struggling with things like asthma, eczema, reflux, circulation issues, diabetes, libido, depression, bowel issues, look at the Core Complete. So this is the second starter pack. It's my favorite starter package. And what we typically see in people within 30 days of getting started is better sleep. Oh my gosh, I'm sleeping amazing. Totally me. More energy because you're sleeping better. No need for these afternoon energy drinks and acidic coffee that is tearing at your teeth and your esophagus and your bones. Less pain, better bowel habits. Whether you're constipated, have IBS, leaky gut, whatever it is you have, your body is trying to heal itself. You got to cleanse the toxins out and give it what it needs so it can work the way it's made to work. It's documented the vitamins and minerals we need. We're not getting them. We're going to give it to you easily in 30 seconds in the morning. Improved mood, you don't notice it, everyone else does. And weight loss without even trying. People who don't need to lose weight don't lose weight. But the ones who do. These are my boys. They're 15 and 18 now. They've been taking this every single morning since they were teens. We got up at 6 this morning to come to this wrestling match, and my child, this one you're seeing right here, downed all of this. He just won his wrestling match, literally for the other. It was not even a comparable fight. My kids are in the gym 2 hours a day. You might be thinking, well, my kids aren't in the gym after 2 hours every day. When you have energy, when you're sleeping good, when your bones and your body is working the way it's supposed to be, you want to work out. This is my son as an 8-year-old consuming it every morning, 30 seconds in the morning, more nutrition than their average kid gets in a week. Seriously. Okay. Are you doing that for your children yet? You can put it in a smoothie. We have training videos teaching you how to put it in smoothies, how to get it in muffins, how to get it in French toast, how to get it in waffles. You can put it in whatever you want. Again, they're our kids. We had them. You don't have control of what they eat after they're 16, 17 years old. My kids still eat junk, but I know they're getting more nutrition than all these kids walking around here. And it shows in their focus and their grades and how they act and their mood. They're talking fast. Go to purelifechangers.com. The doctors are educating on the products. There are loads of testimonies. You want to learn more about the products? I'll show you where to do that as well. You might be watching this site right now, Changing Lives with Pure. Use the search box, type in migraines, type in ADHD, type in arthritis. You will pull up thousands of testimonies from normal people just like you who feel compelled to share their testimony because you're skeptical, right? Like, is it real? Could it really be real? How come I'm just now finding out about it? Because it's not at Whole Foods. I mean, if it was, it'd be sitting between 87 other kinds of multivitamins. It's not there, right? You're finding out about it from a friend who cares about you and says, I'm so glad I found out about this. Ask them their story. I'm going to bring up my friend Lita to share her story with you today. I told somebody who told Lita, and her, oh gosh, I don't see her on here. So maybe I'm not sharing with Lita today. Lita, you might be on via a phone number. So I'm going to try to bring up this random number, and gosh, I hope it's you. I hope it's you. I don't know. Otherwise, I'm bringing somebody up who's going to be totally surprised that I'm bringing them up. So if I'm bringing you up and you're not Lita, you can deny getting brought up. But I'm hoping it's Lita. Sissy says she's in the Zoom. No, I don't see you, Lita. You're not on there. So Lita, why don't you keep trying to come on? Okay. I don't, when you come on, make sure you put your name in because I don't see you on there. I see quite a few people on there, but I don't see you on there. So just try to come back on and I'll keep going and then I'll maybe text me and we'll try again in a minute. Okay. All right. So she's going to come on in a minute. Hopefully her story's tremendous, by the way. So I can't wait for you guys to hear it. All right. So I used to just tell people, right? Because I'm a healthcare provider, right? I want to help people. So when my nephew started speaking, when we were told he never would, and my husband's depression's gone, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I need to tell people. Plus I lost 32 pounds in 3 months. And when you drop weight like that, everybody wants to know what you're doing. So at first I kind of thought about it like vending machines, like people are buying from me, fine, whatever. It was nothing comparable to what I made as a PA, but it was, $100, $500, $600. And then like I tell this elderly lady, Betty, and she's in her 70s. She used to not be able to even go to the mailbox to get her mail. And then within a couple of weeks on our Core Complete system, she's not going to the mailbox. She's walking the block. She's meeting the neighbors. She's remembering their names. She is like night and day difference. When you give a 72-year-old who's never had real nutrition, I mean, it's life-changing. So now she's telling people. So now Betty's not just happy with me, but now Betty's getting checks every week. And she's making other people happy who I never met. Never happened in my life. I only was able to impact the patients I saw. To impact lives of people that I've never met and then help Betty, who's in her 70s on a budget, fixed budget, start to get a weekly check. Oh my gosh. Like there's something about I was like, I can like really help people. Not just, I knew I helped my patients, but I can really help people, which is why I'm sitting in the car at a wrestling match. I can really help somebody on here today. And I hope you hear my passion in that. I don't know who's on today. I don't know who invited you. But as far as the business goes, it is the future. How many retail stores have you seen go out of business in the last 10 years? Well, there's going to be more of them going out of business. Everybody's going online. So that's online business is the future. Health and wellness is the future. Instacart is what I do to share products with others. What I do for my groceries. I do not go, there she is. I do not go buy groceries at the grocery store. I literally Instacart because my time is worth that. I'm not going to go up and down the aisles. I think I've got you, Lita. So I'm going to stop the screen sharing and I'm pulling her up and hopefully you guys can see her now. Okay. So Lita used to live in Ponte Vedra Beach where I live. Now she has multiple homes. She lives in North Carolina and South Carolina. They have multiple businesses, she and her husband, but I can't wait for you to hear her story. So she's here, asked to start her video. Hopefully we see her in just a moment.
Okay.
I hear you. You just need to turn your video on. There you are.
Yay. Hey, how are you?
All right. Take it away, Lita.
Okay. Thanks so much, Rachel. I really appreciate you having me on this morning. And so sorry about the little glitch, but yeah. So hi, everyone. Happy Saturday. Merry Christmas. All the good things. Give you a little bit of background about me with Pure and my business experience. So my husband and I have owned multiple businesses. We do kind of live between the Carolinas and Florida. We move around a good bit. I started homeschooling my sons when they were very little. They were in private school, and then we started homeschooling. And about that time is when I was introduced to Pure. So that's been a little over 10 years ago. A friend invited me to an event. I went to do her a favor, but she actually did me a favor because she introduced me to some of the best nutrition that I feel like money can buy, or that my family had found. I was that mom who researched everything. I not only researched curriculums and schools and activities and who was the person in charge of my child, but I researched the back of the labels because I was very cautious about what was going in my children's bodies. I'd been trained as an educator, math major, very analytical, and I knew that it's not only important what we're teaching our children in the classroom, but it's also important what we're putting in their bodies. They didn't get sugar. One of the things I loved about Pure was there was no sugar in the product. So we jumped on board. I knew that I actually jumped in with the big pack, the business pack, because being business minded, I knew that that was important. I wanted to set myself up for success, as well as have plenty of products to share with my children, my husband, my extended family. That was 10 years ago. For me to go into the health benefits that we've received from it would just take forever. Just to name a few, I had suffered from chronic migraine pain my entire adult life. Within a couple of weeks, the migraines went away. Seasonal allergies, food allergies subsided. My husband's joint pain went away. Not to mention better focus, energy, and just an overall sense of well-being and feeling good. If you are a stay-at-home mom, and if you are a stay-at-home mom, maybe a homeschool mom, you know that about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon is when you kind of get that bewitching hour. And it's like, oh, geez, how am I going to make it to the rest of the day and cook dinner and be in a happy mood? And Pure helped me with that. So things started leveling out, and we just jumped right in. Then what really happened is we went on, we went to other businesses, and we had started brick and mortar business. This is when the business side became very real to me, because as we all know, in 2020, the government decided to take it upon themselves to shut down brick and mortar businesses. When my business shut down, what that meant was there was no money coming in to cover the overhead, the $10,000+ per month that we spent just to keep the business open. This business, my Pure business, the little business that I worked, I say little, big business that I worked about 30 minutes a day, maybe an hour a day, 5 days a week, 6, 7 days a week, whenever I had the time, is what helped support that business and helped me cover those expenses during that period of time. So here in North Carolina, we were shut down for about 6 months. Not only that, but running that business, I realized how many children are suffering from ADD, ADHD, depression, anxiety. And I had an answer. I didn't only help them with their academics, but I was able to help them with their emotional health and well-being, and their moms and their dads with our Pure products. So that's just some of the things that we've experienced from it. I'm not saying that this is going to happen for you. I don't know what's going to happen for you, but I know what's happened with us. And so I'm really passionate about it right now, is sharing this, getting the word out. We have a better way. You don't have to worry about side effects. My past life, I was a big pharma rep. Side effects are real. You don't have to worry about those with Pure. This is food. We're putting good nutrition in our bodies. We're healing. We're protecting. And again, I'm not saying that our products are going to heal what's going on with you. I'm saying, isn't it worth giving it a chance? And it may not be for you, but maybe you know someone who's suffering from health issues, or they're having financial issues right here at the Christmas season, when we're wanting to buy all the gifts we can for our children, we want to celebrate. But because of things that are going on that are beyond our control, finances have become an issue. And I would just say, take a look, because we might have the answer. Hope you'll take a look. Thanks. Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you so much, Lita. And for those of you who are wondering about the ADHD and focus, the brick and mortar that she started was a franchise. That was a tutoring center. So she was in the depths with people who had children who really were struggling with things that were very real that she saw. So it was I love it when people have the franchise experience to compare to with the contracts and the overhead and all the legalities of this. I mean, if you started and you want to quit a month later, quit a month later. But what else are you doing right now that if you spend 30 minutes a day on, what does the 30 minutes look like? You invite someone to watch. I'm literally going live every single day between now and December 16th, because I need to get the message out. And then after somebody sees the live, they go watch videos while you're doing other things. You just invite them, guys. So livepure.com is where you can go to place your order for whatever you want. I started with the family pack. Lita started with the family pack because we have families of 4 or more. I have 4 plus my sister and her autistic son. So I didn't want to be selfish and just give my results. I wanted everybody in my family to have results. That's why I was going to the health food store. It's why we had the garden and I was juicing. So everybody. The Reset Plus is a program that the company offers that is amazing. It's a 6-week get your metabolism going program. It includes the Core Complete, fat burners, metabolism boosters. We tell you what to eat. You eat all the time. I mean, within 30 minutes of waking up, bam, 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 you're starting to eat. Most women over 40 are losing weight, or gaining weight, I believe, because their metabolism is slowing down. They stop eating. They're working out like crazy. They can't lose weight. This is, you eat all the time. People are like, I don't feel deprived at all. It's great. So you throw what you want into your cart. It's going to ask you, do you want to be a preferred customer? Yes. Give them your email address. You get 25% off. Never have to purchase again. But 93 out of 100 who start with the Core Plus or Core Complete do. Why? Because they feel results. And then they run out and then they're like, oh, I need more. And they usually buy 2 to 3 products going forward. Unless you're one of those crazy people like me and Lita where we're really healthy, then we're buying more than we buy the sports line. My son was just sucking down the sports line before he went on the mat. We're in the gym every day, a couple hours a day, all 4 of us in my family. So we use the sports line and I do the metabolic reset all the time. So, and then it'll ask you, do you want to be a preferred customer or brand partner? So let me talk about that. Lita just brought up a great point. Christmas is coming. People are financially stressed. If you're financially stressed, if you're thinking, I need someone to hear this, if you like money and you know multiple streams of income is smart and you are smart and maybe you already have multiple streams of income. My brother got involved in this when he was 30,000 in debt. He had a job that paid him less than 50,000 a year and 3 kids. Okay. And he was like, how am I ever going to get out? They had a hole in his roof that he couldn't patch. He couldn't pay for. How am I ever going to get out of this? He wanted to do real estate. He started with Pure. He started with the family pack, made his money back in 2 weeks, made the money he needed to get out of credit card debt in the next 3 months, and then started taking that income that he made from Pure, because it's weekly checks, and has now bought 12 passive residual income properties. He still has his nonprofit program that he works for as the director that's paying him $50,000 a year, but he's got these weekly checks from Pure. Now he's got his Pure investments. People say I'm not passionate about Pure like you are. I don't care if you're passionate about it. What are you passionate about? This can give you the financial fuel to do what you're passionate about. Are you doing something 30 minutes a day that'll pay you weekly for decades? How do I get paid? Well, you start to invite people to watch. They start to purchase from your website. When they purchase from your website, you get paid, right? This is $400 a month, $1,000 a month. Wasn't life-changing for me. Wasn't life-changing for Lita either. Like, it starts to come in and you're like, oh, that's interesting. But then it started to grow as my team started to grow. Because Betty started to tell people. I mean, Lita, for instance, I didn't know Lita. I knew somebody who told Lita. I have teams in Montana, Washington State, New Jersey, and I travel to those teams and I go live because I can talk for 3 hours about nutrition, guys. Like, I can tell you what's all in these packs, and we do 3-hour nutrition trainings once a year at our nutritional seminars in the spring. But I go live and I tell people, like, this is the real. And then you hear a whole room full of testimonies rather than just on a website. It's what I do. It's what I was made to do. I was made to change lives. Now I'm exponentially changing lives. So let me tell you why timing is key. Let's say Lita invited you on. You're one of 20 people she invited, and you're like, okay, I need to do this. And your name's Bob. You're like, okay, I'm overweight. I know I need to change things. I just don't really know what to do. It's all very confusing. This sounds good. No, I don't have an additional stream of income. That would be nice. Oh, my life is crazy right now. I don't know. Just get started. Okay. Get your stuff. We have all the online training you need. Your 30 minutes a day training comes on the phone. All of the how to consume the products. It's easy. It's simple, guys. And there's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. What do you have to lose? So Bob's like, I'm in. Give me all the stuff. Give me the family package. I need to change my health. My family needs to change their life. And I do need another stream of income. If I can really do it in 30 minutes a day, I'm in. So Bob gets in. School starts Monday. Life's crazy. He's a teacher. He's gone out of the picture. Beth joins as well. And Leah joins as well. And Brenda joins as well. And Lita only has 2 teams she's building. Kristen's team and Bob's team. So all these people are going on Bob's team. Bob's getting emails. Beth, join your team. Leah, join your team. And he reaches out to Lita. Who are these people? I didn't even do anything. She's like, oh, I'm building a team for you. Everything they buy goes into a savings account for you. When you're ready to start sharing this with others, to follow your 30 minutes a day of training, you're going to start getting checks from all the people you've put in, Lita. Yes, timing matters. You don't want to be Leah down at the bottom. You want to be Bob, who came in first. $49 enrollment. Military and students are free. Our business packs get in for free as well. Your monthly overhead is your nutritional supplementation you're buying per month. You can buy whatever you want. The company requires that about $135 worth of product is purchased a month through you or through your customers. Okay, so if you're like, oh, can't afford $130 a month. First, let me tell you, it replaces whatever supplementation you're using. Well, I'm not supplementing right now. Well, you should be. It's your number one asset. And if you're not taking care of it now, it will bite you in the butt later. Just like having a Ford F-150 and not getting the oil changed every 10,000 miles. Sooner or later, that sucker's going to bite you in the butt. And it's not going to last as long as it should. You get one house, you can replace your Ford F-150. Your body is worth $135 a month. It's our health insurance. My boys get sports physicals every year. Those forms they have to fill out. It's the only time we ever see our doctor, ever. He's like, oh, you're back for the sports physical, huh? Yep, that's it, because we do Pure. All right. So when you sign up as a brand partner, you're then going to choose a smart chip. You can cancel it at any time. You can delete it. You can edit it. It won't go out for 28 days and you will want it. Because if you don't set it up, you're going to be calling whoever invited you and like, I ran out of my Mila. Okay, my sulfur, I need more. Just set it up. Okay. And then you go place your first order. You can order whatever you want. You've heard us talking about the family package. It's $4,000 of pure products. $4,000. That's crazy. No, starting a business for $4,000 is crazy. And what's even crazier is it's not $4,000. It's $2,500. And we have a coupon for you that makes it $2,000. So you're getting $4,000 worth of products for your whole family. So your family's health, you're getting it for $2,000 and you're getting a business for $2,000 that you can write off. Thus, my friend's testimony as a teacher. I'm not used to getting more than whatever she's used to getting back. All right. So it's a write-off. And then on top of it, you get in my VIP mentoring program. You're of course going to get the 30-a-day training, but the VIP mentoring program is special coaching to take you to where you want to be. Access to my VIP leadership trips, 30-day satisfaction guarantee, the company star bonus program, which pays you more in money when you begin to share, and then 4 coupons to share with your friends. It's awesome. If you're ready to lose weight, you're like, I eat too much sugar, I drink too much alcohol, I need a massive change. You want to do the Reset Plus. It's $1,500. With the discount, it's $1,200. So it's $2,000 of products for $1,200. This is for 2 people to do the 6-week metabolic reset. I'm having a cash prize transformation challenge that starts January 2nd. Get your products now, start with the Core Complete now, and then you'll be ready to go with the transformation challenge January 2nd. This does not put you in my VIP program. That's a big note, but you will get the 30-minute-a-day training and you will also get the 4 coupons. But you can start wherever you want, guys. The Core Plus is $289, less than $10 a day for one person to do a servicing. Okay. So if you're in a family of 4, you will be the only one who gets to see it. And if you think I'm just going to give half of it to my housewife and half of it to my husband, the average person in 30 days sees the results. So just be aware. You need to do the whole system for 30 days. It's your body servicing. You can't split a servicing for your Ford F-150 between your Toyota Corolla and your Ford. It's one servicing for one vehicle. Okay. Core Complete, I think, is better. Got the super fruits, $414 for a month. The average person buys 2 to 3 products going forward. Reset Plus $1,500, Family Pack $2,500. But remember, you get the 20% off with those. How do I make my money back? All the men ask me, how do I make my money back? You mean how you get your health, what you invested in your health back? Okay, you go start sharing. We know the odds. If you get 10 people to watch a presentation, 3 to 5 are going to join. All right. If you have 4 people join with the same package you join with, you'll make your money back. So basically, you just got your family's health for free. Livepure.com. So throw what's interesting you the most in the pack and check out. Choose whether you want to be a brand partner or whether you just want to be a customer and consume products. That's fine. But wouldn't it be nice to get your products at least for free every month? We're really good at doing this. This is what I do full time now. I work for you to help you share this with others. There's no cap to what you can make. And once I realized I was making as much as I made as a PA, which I went to school again for 8.5 years and spent $100,000 on my education. And this little thing that I was doing 30 minutes a day, just inviting people to watch other videos, like, what if I do 2 hours a day? What if I do 3 hours a day? How many lives can I change? I'm on this earth to change lives. So it's what I'm doing. So I would typically stay on and answer questions when I'm done, but my child is wrestling in there. So I'm going to watch him. So I hope you guys have had a great afternoon. I do go live every day. Tomorrow is Sunday. I will be live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can also go to Changing Lives with Pure and see thousands of testimonies or purelifechangers.com and then reach back out to us. You guys get back to the person who invited you. Let them know where you're at, what your questions are. And if it's not for you, thanks for watching.